Hello everyone, it's me, Nancy Finch, doing another Tea with Nan at 12 o'clock on a Monday. Welcome, I hope you're all well. It's a bit cold out there, but it's lovely. It's just not raining today, which is really cool. I've got my beautiful cup here. It reminds me of spring, so I thought I'd have this one again today. So I'm waiting for a few of you to get on. I think someone's already joined us. Who is it? I can send you a nice happy Monday hug. Oh, Julie, you're the first one on today. Oh, it's lovely that you're here. Thank you so much. I hope you've had a good week and you are well. It'd be lovely to hear from you. Tell me how you've got on with the last week's homework and all the things we talk about. I'd love to hear some positive feedback about how maybe it helped you. So, oh, thank you, Julie. There's only the two of us on so far, but it's lovely. So today's talk is all about find your purpose. So, how many people don't know what their purpose is? They just go through their life doing what they have to do and not really measuring how they feel about it. So I think that basically it's a good idea to stop and realize, am I following my purpose? How am I being a purpose to other people? What do I do in my life that makes me happy and feels like I'm on the right path? So this is what we have to be looking at. For instance, with our jobs, the things we do for a living just to pay the bills. Many years, I was just doing jobs, one job after another, just to pay the bills, just to have what I needed from that. But what I really wasn't looking at was how I felt about it. How was it resonating with my heart? Was it giving me a feeling of satisfaction and purpose and fulfillment? Was it giving me those things? So what I decided to do for all the different jobs I've done, and they've all been important because they've all been around people or service of some kind. So I've been sort of a therapist for a long time, which is lovely, but before that I was always something like mundane, doing normal little jobs around. I love being a shop assistant. That was nice because I could speak to lots of people. I enjoyed that. But when you really measure what you're doing, whether it's a job or commitment to any sort of family thing you're doing, whatever you're doing, I'm getting hot now. Whatever you're doing, I want you to sort of measure it 1 to 10. So supposing you had a scale 1 to 10, and 10 being really happy about what you're doing and feeling like it's the right place for you, and 1 not being so good, you're doing it because you have to. If you measure what that job, what that situation is, what you're spending your time and energy on, is it my purpose? You'll know if it's your purpose, if you're in the right place in your heart, if you feel good about it. So 1 to 10, how do you feel about that particular thing, that job, that situation, that commitment you're doing with your time and energy? So under 5, get out, survive. Over 5, then you thrive. We need to be thriving in what we do. We need to be following our purpose to be of use to the whole world, because we're better, we're more our authentic selves. We are in a better position to serve our world, to help our world, and collective consciousness will grow from that as well. So it affects everybody when you are happy in what you do. And you're an inspiration to other people too. I hadn't thought about saying that, but it's true. So for me, all the jobs I've done, I've kind of measured and thought, no, this, as much as I'm good at that, I can do it. It's not bringing me the reward I'm looking for. It's not following my soul purpose. And we quite often get in our own way, don't we, guys? Whatever you're doing, if you can measure it and think, is this making me feel like I'm in the right place? I know one lady absolutely loves being a mum and she loves being a gran. And all she wants to do is do that. And it doesn't say all, I mean, it's a big job, but she really loved it, loved being a mum, and then she really loves being a gran. It's a lovely person that comes on here. So I hope you do come on here, the person I'm talking about, because she just thrives in her family and that is her purpose. And she loves being a purpose to her family. And so her happiness scale, if you like, for that is right up here. And it always has been. Oh, Joe, you're here. That's lovely. Thank you for joining us, darling. And Joe, you're a very good example, actually. Yeah, happy hugs to you, sweet. When you know what your purpose is, Joe, you're a very spiritual person and you know where you're going with that. And just to be following your heart and know that that's the right place is all you need to be. Yes, app need inspo. I don't know what that means. Sorry, I can't see it on my phone very well. But people that know they've found themselves on their purpose, on their purpose through their intention. So they found themselves through the reward they get from being who they are in what they do. So some people I know, especially some young people now, I'm thinking of, have found their spiritual path. And so they have, and you're one of them, Joe. I mean, everyone is finding themselves through what they do. And when they find themselves, they become more authentic. And when you're more authentic and you're happier, you're promoting all sorts of good things. Your body feels well, your mind feels clearer. And by the law of attraction, you're attracting more beautiful things to come in to your life. You're attracting more of that easier journey down your soul purpose. You just need to be focused and determined to follow what suits you, not what's expected from you. I know one person who got given his father's business, and he wasn't, although he was good at it and it was an easy job, it wasn't really his purpose. His purpose was to do something far more creative than what that job offered. Oh, thank you for the hug, whoever sent that. Thank you. So he wasn't following his purpose, and so he's stifled by not doing that. We need to follow our purpose because, so many reasons. We just need to fulfill our lives while we're here on this earth, Scientists have proved that when we have a purpose in life, that we live longer. Lots and lots of people know how they feel more energized by being sure of what their purpose is. And as I say, if you measure how it makes you feel, then you'll know if it's your purpose or not. Everything is relative. And as I say, I've done loads of jobs that really weren't something I'd like to do for a long time, And oh, Joanne, you're here. Thank you for joining us, darling. Happy Monday. So all those things were very useful to me. They helped me to measure and to tread water sometimes in myself until I knew what I wanted. And then I could follow my path. And it's such a rewarding place to be, because when you're following your path, it just feels right. It feels right in your heart. So I have got a list here. I haven't even looked, but it might be, what is your definition of purpose? Is it direction? Is it determination, soul journey, intention, objective, achievement? Is it achievement? If you feel achieved in what you do and you're doing it easily, because whatever you love, you'll do better, you'll do well. And I found that over the period of time that I was studying all my holistic therapies. All my therapies were leading on to each other, and I found myself building in confidence, in ability, and it felt right. And sometimes you outgrow some of those things that you used to enjoy. I no longer do some of those therapies, but I still enjoy what I do now, and I love doing workshops. And I found the more I do things, the more expansive I become. I was building upon each achievement I did because it was following my purpose. If I listened to my heart, if I thought about the scale, and it always works. I remember seeing a lady in Astor once. I was chatting to her, and she wasn't very happy about where she was working. And I told her how to measure it. I said, right, measure it right now. And she did. And then she carried on. I said, measure it for a whole week and see how you feel. And you'll know if that's your purpose or not. So she did. And she come back to me and she said, my goodness, I couldn't believe how it was always under 5. It wasn't giving me everything I needed. The feeling wasn't there. So she decided to go back off to university and study something else. And now she's doing something at a later age as well, but she's doing something that really fulfills her and gives her purpose. And she's helping so many people because of that. And when you enjoy what you're doing, you're better at it, like I said. So it doesn't matter how large or small your purpose is. It might be, some people think that purpose should be something grand. But as I say, my client who loves being a mum, who loves being a grandparent, that's totally a 10 for her. It doesn't matter whether you like doing voluntary work, charity work, whether it's a small career change, whatever. As long as you are happy and measuring high numbers, you probably are following your purpose. And it's not to be compared with someone else's purpose, because they've all got different places in life, haven't they? But you will promote more happiness. You will bring that into your life. When you're happy, your hormones are happy. When your body works well, those chakras work well. It's lovely. Now, certainly, I'm much healthier now than I ever was before I knew what my soul purpose was. Before, I just plodded along. I was always tired, actually, or ill, or some problem, but I never really felt like I was myself. I was just on autopilot. And that's not always so rewarding, is it? Because, yes, it fulfills that space of, I don't know, numbness. Sometimes we need to be treading water. And then we wake up and suddenly we know what that is. So start to measure what you do and who you see. And, are you a purpose? Are you of purpose to them? If you can serve, lovely Wayne Dyer that I often reference said, when you serve somebody, when you serve community, when you serve each other in some way, you are happy, and it's a great spiritual thing to do for yourself. It helps to evolve you into a place of a higher vibration of self. So how can I be of service is something he used to say. And I say that too. How can I be of service? I'm always thinking of a way to be of purpose, and to, if it feels good, then it's, that's great. How can I be of service to you? So that's why I do these talks every week. And that's why I've got my meditations on the website, on my YouTube channel. And I love doing them all. As you know, there's no charge for anything. But I really love just being of service because it makes my heart feel good. And that's the only reason, well, apart from obviously helping you, but it makes me feel like it's the right thing for me to do for you. And when it's coming from that place, it doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter if you feel like you're not good enough. You can just enjoy the feeling of why you're doing that. The intention is everything. So going back to my board, I think I've already covered quite a lot. When you find your purpose, you're helping your crown chakra. This one helps to stay open. That's going to give you clarity. It's going to help that area to work well. And also it gives you a feeling of being in control and a stronger identity. They're the yellow here, solar plexus. It means that you are in a stronger place of self. Okay. Oh, Julie says you're an earth angel. Thank you, darling. I haven't got any wings today. I've got my red scarf on though, because it was a bit chilly. But thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate everyone that comes on here, because it's your time, it's your energy. But if I can inspire you just to perhaps at that right moment to think about something, you're helping your people around you, your family, your friends, you're helping the world, because the vibe spreads. And people that know me know that just a few years back, I was not this happy person you're looking at now. I was a person that was always worried and stressed and couldn't really see what my purpose really was. Although I was okay, I was doing my therapies, as I say, I wasn't really finding my niche. And then gradually, as I suddenly realized what was making me happy, and I had more energy at the end of the day than I did at the beginning because of that, then I realized that was where I was needed to go. So I dropped some of the therapies I was doing because of it, even though they were lovely at the time. When I was teaching as well, I was teaching Reiki. I was doing that at the college and at home and everywhere, and all over the country, actually. I love teaching, but there comes a time perhaps you think, well, okay, that's starting to measure less now. I need to do more of that. And you change direction. It's okay to change direction. It's okay to change your pathway. You're going this way and it's working and you're happy. Sometimes if you really reevaluate it, you'll realize maybe it's time to change direction. And you need to be brave enough to do that as well, as long as you're following your purpose with intention. The intention is to have higher numbers all the time. So I was always gleeful to tell everybody that all my clients I see and all the work I do is always over 5. And if it isn't, I have the discipline to remove that element of my life. And I can take that into a new place each time because I can trust myself and the decisions I make because of it. So I've got a few T-Rid Nans I'm looking at here, which is what we're doing here today. So I've got 4 actually I'm going to reference that can help you to understand where perhaps you could use your purpose idea. Where am I in purpose? Be of service is a really nice T-Rid Nan. This is kind of linking with it, because when you're of service, when you're giving your time willingly to some cause that you like, or some person that needs you, or a family member or a friend or whatever, you're being of service, and that feeling is lovely. It's very good for you, but it's really good for them, of course, but it's good for everybody around you. So be of service is the 18th of the 12th, 23. And I've got another talk I'm referencing is Staying Authentic. That was on the 9th of the 5th, 22. As I say, you can find these on YouTube as well as my my website. My website, by the way, is nancyfinch.co.uk. So, yes, staying authentic. If you can stay authentic, then you're not really going to worry about what other people think about you as you follow your journey, your soul journey, your purpose. You're not going to worry about them because everyone's got a different place of where they want to be, and we won't compare ourselves, and we'll just become ourselves, the best version of ourselves, which is a good thing. So as I say, you can listen to that one. We've got Do It Your Way. That's another kind of one that links with it. It's a nice flavour to go with that. So Do It Your Way is the 14th of the 8th, 23. Simply telling you to not only be authentic, but to do everything your way. Your way is important. And you find yourself being more self-trusting. You know, when you do it your way, you start to respect yourself. You just go with it. If you listen to your heart and do it your way, then whatever that is enough, okay? And the last T with Nan I was going to reference is follow your path. It's a bit like find your purpose, but, you know, it's leading you in a different direction. Sometimes, you know, as I referenced in that talk, the rain goes down the window, and you never know which way it's going to go. Is it going to go ziggy-zaggy down the window? You never know. And so life does that with us. It takes us into different places of ourselves, but it always ends up at the bottom, just where it should be, as we zigzag through life in different directions. Oh, hi, Val. Thank you for joining us, darling. I think you've missed a bit, but you can always listen later. Happy hugs to you, my sweet. So it's really important to know what your purpose is. If you're not following, if your purpose, yes, being of service to anybody in your job, in your families, if it's not measuring over 5, then think about how maybe you can change that. And if you can't, then comfort yourself knowing that perhaps your purpose might be something alongside that. You know, if you're having to do a job you can't get out of and it's not your purpose or situation, then think about how you can develop your purpose alongside what you're doing that isn't. And that's a kind of a compromise, isn't it? I did that for a few years. But everything you enjoy doing, you know, I used to enjoy singing, public speaking, you know, teaching. I've got a whole thing here. Whatever you enjoy doing is bringing you high numbers. Then ask yourself, even if you've been doing that for a long time, is it still my purpose? So, you know, you sometimes have to change direction, don't you? And you might go back to it later, but always by measuring it, you will know that you're not wasting your own time or getting in your own way because you're following your purpose right there and then, okay? So let's see what I've got on here that I may not have said. No, I think I've done most of them. Oh, I've got a lovely affirmation for you. So if you want to get pen and paper and write this down, it's a lovely affirmation to help you to basically program your own mind. Affirmations are good for that. And you can program the 95% subconscious with a few words on your 5% intention. So if you were to write down or say to yourself in the mirror, you know, as I follow my purpose, I become the best version of myself. I follow my purpose. I follow my soul journey. I allow my purpose to bring me happiness. Anything you like in an affirmation will work. I follow my purpose. I become the best version of myself. Yes. Well, you're telling your subconscious that's what you're planning to do. And it goes, okay, fine, we'll have that. And it will help find ways to do that. So all you're doing is like dropping an intention into your subconscious, and the subconscious will create it for you, or try to. Of course, there's other elements of things that might sabotage that, but at least it's worth an intention to do. Follow my purpose, I become the best version of myself. So you can mix and match your words as long as you're happy with them. It has to be about purpose. And to say, I know what my purpose is. If you don't, I become the best version of myself. You can do any arrangement of words that you like. So all the things I do on here, as I say, bring me over to, they have to be over 10. Otherwise, I simply wouldn't do them. So you are all my lovely over 10 people. Over 10, you're 10, you're 11. Every person that comes on here that shares these talks with me, you're right up there. And if I didn't enjoy doing this, then it would be under 5, wouldn't it? And then I wouldn't be doing it because it wouldn't be where my heart is. So I know I've said that a few times, but think about that. Where's your heart? You know, are you happy in here? Is it measuring high numbers? and just give yourself the honor, the value to change that direction if you need to, or find something alongside what you're doing to give you that feeling of purpose. Now, I've got a lovely, I've used this one before, Power of Intention. But when I look through all of my symbols that I've channeled through, this is the one that I really find would be the direction I'm talking about. It gives you purpose. It gives you a feeling of, I can do this. The power of intention. Intention's everything. Oh, hi, Vicky. Thank you for joining us, darling. Happy Monday to you. This is a lovely symbol to draw in the air, okay? So you do your P, okay, and you take it right under. It's almost like posting a letter to the universe. Power of intention. Should we do this together? Perhaps take a deep breath and draw the P in the air with me and let it go. It's drawing that intention. It's taken time. Symbols are very good for this. You're focused on that intention. I have purpose. Just think, power of intention. I have the intention to follow my life journey, to find my purpose. So perhaps I have the intention to find my purpose. Let your subconscious create that for you. Let it bring it up to the foreground so you know what your purpose is. And when you know what that is, it's just the best feeling in the world, because you are just being you. And fulfillment is what you do feel. You feel happy, fulfilled, satisfied. And you bring more of that into your life by the law of attraction, like I say. So use a symbol, use your lovely affirmation. You know, I follow my purpose, I become the best version of myself. And, you know, think about measuring every day. I really believe this is important. Otherwise, we don't realize that we're not following our purpose. Measure 1 to 10. Under 5, get out, survive. Over 5, then you thrive. You're thriving here. So you deserve to thrive. Tell yourself that. So I think that's almost everything on here. It is just really important to find your purpose. The quality of your life improves. You know, we enjoy our lives better when we're in over 5s, do you think? And the happiness is in that moment, not what you're looking for on the outside, but what you've created from following your purpose. So I hope some of you can share this with your friends and family. I know it's busy times, but you never know. It might just be the thing that they need today to help inspire them, to give them a feeling of, well, maybe if she can do it, I can do it. And for years, I didn't really know what my purpose was, but I value everything. I value those moments that I didn't know, because now I've got a comparison and I can be even happier because I've seen the past and compared myself with that, but gently and kindly, not with criticism. You should have known what that is. There's none of that going on. What does Julie say? Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. Oh, well, I have I suppose you mean week, because obviously we're looking forward to the next weekend. I will be on here again for the last Tea with Nan for the year, I think, next week. And then I'll be taking it up again in the new year. So that's going to be great fun. If any of you have got any ideas that you would like me to talk about that perhaps would be a nice subject for everybody, then you're being of service too, aren't you? You're being of service to everybody. If you can just think of, yeah, what about that or this? And perhaps just email me on nancyfinch@hotmail.co.uk, and I can then form a talk around that subject and help everybody. So you can be of service if you can think of something, and then I'm of service to you. So I want you all to keep your emotional balloon high. I'll be back next Monday on the 23rd, I believe. And just take it easy. Just take it easy. Stand still, think, breathe, and just rest yourself when you can, because it's a busy time of year. And just stay authentic, stay true to yourself. And perhaps just set the intention that I plan to find my purpose next year, early part of next year, maybe make that a start, that next year I will know. And in the meantime, I'm setting that intention now. So there's no pressure here to do any work on yourself, but if you can just set that intention, you are helping yourself and others. That's lovely. So I want to give you all a big hug. I hope you can feel that. I'm sending that love to you. Everyone that's listening can feel that. Well, certainly that's my intention. And it's my pleasure to be of service to you. And it is definitely my purpose to be here. So I send you all love. Have a lovely week. And I shall see you again next week. It's a namaste moment. Lots of love to all of you. Bye.